Before I start this video, I'm gonna just give a couple of disclaimers before we start this mini review for the final episodes of Sonic Origins. One, if I sound very bored or tired, I'm sorry. I've been trying to record this video for like the past 6 hours. It just never came out the way I wanted it to. They just be coming out so long, and sometimes I just be talking nonsense, like nonsense that just didn't make sense the way, and just never came out the way I wanted to. So there was that. And the last recording I did, I found out, or I was listening, and that my mic was scratching on my beard, and it was a very annoying sound, and I got really upset. So here we are. As far as other disclaimers before I really get into this review, number one, this is my opinion. Keep that in mind. Number two, man, I'm so sorry. I'm really, I'm really out of it right now. The Sonic Adventures story is being replaced by Sonic X. So instead of SA1 and 2, we have Sonic X plus the Meta X Saga. So keep that in mind, I guess. Yeah. And then the other thing is, I am someone that doesn't mind Sonic X. I somewhat enjoy it. If you're looking for someone to bash Sonic X, this is not you're not gonna get that from me. And even if Sonic X was bad, let's say that whatever happens in Sonic X has nothing to do with this game. The only way you can just nitpick this is if it does stuff that doesn't make sense, judging from how the original story, in this case X, worked. For example, let's say Chris was a bad guy in this game. How does that make sense? The entirety of his childhood life, and even him as a quote kind of adult really in season 3, but in a kid body, he was the opposite of evil. That's kind of what I mean. If that's the case, that makes sense. And then the last thing I just want to say is, for anybody that is just clowning like the voice actors, just shut up. Just please shut up. I get that they're trying their damnedest to make this as close to a legit Sonic game as possible, but no matter what, this is a small indie game company. These are fans doing it. They tried their damnedest. They tried their hardest. They don't have the resources like a AAA company. So for y'all to just be going at them the way that y'all are, because of how their voice acting was, what if it was for Sonic, Tails, who was my favorite, Eggman, especially Shadow, y'all just gotta shut up. Really, for real. It's just not cool. They tried their hardest. They tried their damnedest. And for y'all to be going at them like that, y'all be in their shoes and try to doing that. Shadow's voice is especially complicated, by the way. They try their hardest. They probably don't got the resources like a AAA company, like people just lined up to do all that. They tried their hardest, and for y'all to just be going like that, y'all are sad. Y'all are actually really sad. Alright, I wanted to get that first rant out the way because I got a couple of other things to talk about anyway. So I'm gonna be done with this video. Anyway, what are pros and cons that I have with this? I'm gonna just do it as simple as that. Start with the pros first. I really like how they try to include Sonic's X story in the game universe. Basically, just adding a part of the anime universe, or really all of it, into the game universe. Usually we would see like something, one thing in the anime universe or show, and something completely different that has nothing to do with like the show in the game. And the fact that they wanted to combine it, and by doing that, just replacing Sonic Adventure's storyline with Sonic's X storyline, which also adds the Meta X Saga, I thought that was pretty cool. Honestly, I really thought that was pretty cool. And a very clever way of doing it, and of just doing a new and unique story, just to add some extra stuff into it. In this case, with the whole Meta stuff going on, so that was pretty cool. Something that happened in the show that also happens here is the teamwork between Sonic and Eggman. This happens here with Sonic, Tails, and Eggman as we see in episode 6. I thought that was really cool. It was really fun to check that out. Reminded me of season 3 and Sonic X, where everybody's teaming up to defeat the Meta-X. It's literally just a callback and everything again to this. I thought that was pretty cool and fun to witness that. Honestly, I really love how they've gotten better with level design over the past couple years with each release. And I'm talking specifically when you're playing a Sonic and Shadow. They done great, absolutely great. United Railroads and Citadel Lotus, which are the 2 specific Sonic and Shadow stages, fantastic. Probably one of the best 2 stages in the game. You can include Child Paradise and maybe Area 99 in that mix as well. But man, are these some great stages? I'll say that for sure. Now, Weeping Rift, which is the other stage, but more like the flying mission. In this case, we're using a tornado. In my opinion, I think that's the best flying mission that's in this game. I think it's better than Wild Ridge. Is that what it's called? Wild Ridge? Yeah, Wild Ridge. And the first half of Escaping Gnarl. This is just great. I mean, it's not as cramped as the other games. It's not as compact. Not as linear. It feels a bit more spaced out and stuff, more free actually. Yeah, I like that stage a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually went to go play that more in the future for sure. And obviously, and everybody knows this, the game looks really beautiful, really beautiful. The sound actually, they did great work with the music. I'll put the composers in the description. I don't know how to say their name properly, so I don't want to mess that up. So I'll just at least put their stuff in the description. Go check them out. Some of my favorite tracks is Tree Palace, Go Get 'Em Tiger. Yeah, those are like my 2 favorite ones so far right now. Yeah, Tree Palace is in the tree level. Go Get 'Em Tiger is Shadows, or it's the stage in United Railroad. Anyway, those are all the pros that I have for this game. Now let's get to the cons. Now, most of my cons is with the story, and overall, this story confused me. I don't, and I guess that's kind of one of the errors that, or one of the problems that you get when you combine what happens in the anime. And when I'm talking about Sonic X, I'm referring to the Japanese version, the original Japanese version, because what I've learned is that the English dub censors a lot more than I thought in the Meta-X saga, probably in other sagas, but especially in the Meta-X saga. And there's a reason why you gotta like check out the original version, the English sub version. I'll make a note of that real soon. But this story just really confused me. I even got to a point to where I had to just search on YouTube, whether if it was for a video or for a comment to it, for them to explain this whole exposition that went on in episode 6, because I couldn't understand anything going on. It felt like it just felt like everything was just being said just because. And I know that a lot of people are liking this for various things and for feels. I don't know why, but even in the moment when I was live streaming, because I live streamed this, I'll put the card up in the top right. Even then, I was just like confused. I even said that out loud, and 3 days later, I'm still confused. I'm just still confused. For one, I don't understand why it's Chris helping the Meta-X. We had a whole season of every cast in the show, whether they showed up for one episode or supporting cast, main cast, everybody was against the Meta-X. It was everybody against the Meta-X. and the fact that Chris now is, and Chris is an adult in season 3 technically. It's just that he's back in the child's body, if I remember correctly. Why in the world is he helping the Metarex? I just don't understand that. And if so, I would want them to really go more in depth to it. What if it's a flashback or something? Because I'm sorry, I just don't believe this. To think that we go from just going from like the most hated antagonist and or group, enemy group in all of Sonic X to we're helping one. That makes no sense to me. And then on top of that, why isn't the second problem is why is Shadow and Rouge not questioning anything about this Exile character? Rouge is a spy. I don't get how she is not like questioning anything or having a hunch about something, and even divulging this to Shadow. And how is Shadow also not thinking something isn't right? It's not like he lost his memories, because like back to that reason I said earlier that it's important to just watch the sub version instead of the dub version of Sonic X. There is an episode where this character named Molly as well as the Resistance group are fighting the Metarex. Molly dies, and she was like she definitely grew a bond with Rouge and especially with Shadow. They made a grave for her on the planet that they were fighting on. Final episode comes by, and in the dub version we think Shadow's gone. Well, if we watch the sub version, Shadow goes back to Molly's grave and lays a flower there. This indicates two things to me. Number one, Shadow's alive, and number two, he remembers everything. If he remembers Molly and the flower, he obviously remembers the Metarex. If that's the case, why is he not questioning anything? Why is he not questioning anything? And he's not like he's dumb, he's very smart. We can refer back to 06. Now, 06 story doesn't happen theoretically anymore now, but we can at least look at how Shadow's action goes when everything played out in that game, so we can at least get an idea of how Shadow's personality and character is. And he's the opposite of being stupid. He's very smart and capable and such. So for me to think that Shadow's just going to be a puppet doing this dude's bidding, not questioning anything, and just being a yes man, I don't get it. It makes no sense for him not to question anything, nor Rouge to have some suspicion. It makes no sense, and I think that's just very stupid. Truly. Regardless of anything, it just does not make any sense if we're really going to go that route. The other problem that I really have with this game, and this is really the other problem and part of the reason why I rage quitted on my live stream, if you go watch it now or if you were someone that watched it, it's the difficulty. Now, let me say this. I love Jungle Joyride. I have a fun time playing Eggman Land, even though that is like a living hellhole. Dark Gaia and is pretty fun to fight. And even like other games in general. I like hard stuff. Them raising the difficulty on United Railroads and Citadel Lotus. Yeah, you had to figure out what to do, but it was still pretty fun. I love United Railroads. It's my favorite stage in the entire game. Boss fight, Metal Ember. That's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite boss fight in the entire game now, even though I died a lot in my stream. And I died a lot when I was playing United Railroad, Citadel Lotus, and Metal Ember. I have in general, I've been replaying United Railroads a lot. I replayed Citadel Lotus a couple times. Metal Ember not yet, but I have fun with those. Were the difficulties, but there's like it's very evident that the last few episodes, there's a huge difficulty spike. To me, I don't think it reigns its ugly head until it's like the last two boss fights. Maria, is like Dark Gaia 2.0, and she is super annoying in her third phase. More annoying than Dark Gaia could ever be. And it's annoying for the wrong ways, because it got to a point to me where it feels like you had to rely on RNG. There is a point where she will have random ball spikes as well as enemies swarming around you. random directions. You can't predict their you cannot predict their movements. And if you try to move, they're going to hit you. And it's not like you can stand in place. So yeah, good luck with that. Now the only way to get rid of them is with a Chaos Blast. The problem is, I don't know if this is a glitch or not, but if you're near a capsule, your Chaos Blast will just obliterate that capsule and you won't get back that boost. So then you have to try to hit some enemies to get your boost. But there are always spikes. She will do that in an instant of 3 times. And when she does that, combined with her other attacks that she does, whether if it's with the lasers or the waves that comes from the sky, that gets really annoying. And rings are obviously very scarce in this stage, so there is that. And then with the final episode, or final boss, that's even more annoying. You had to collect energy with Sonic to go into super form and do a Chaos Blast. First fight, you cannot boost, otherwise your energy drops very fast. And if you get hit, it brings it back to instant 0. So unless you know how to time and use your light speed attack against the Metarex minions, or you're fast enough to hit those water bubbles to raise your energy up fast enough, because you need to do it a minimum of 4 times, then you're going to have a terrible time doing this boss on the first part of the boss. And then the second part of the boss, even though you're in Supersonic, it's the same thing. You gotta not get hit, and then the same thing. The idea that you gotta like not get hit, and it's very apparent in the first fight, and that if you get hit, you lose all of your energy, that's stupid. Especially in the first fight, because you can't boost or anything. You can't boost and you can't get hit. It's so, and you can boost, but like I mentioned earlier, it will drop your energy like fast. Just tapping the boost button like very quickly will drop it by 10%, which is a lot, like a lot, when you're actually playing. Doesn't seem as much, but it's a lot. Now so that's really those are like my main problems, honestly. As far as like the verdict of what I think of the game or the final 3 stages, again, I had a lot of fun with the stages, and the first boss I am totally fine with. It's just the last it's just the last 2 bosses that I have like the most problems with. Even though I beat it finally, I'm never touching those 2 bosses again. And then you just had the story where I just have like so many head scratching moments. Try it out though, regardless. I'll put the link for the game in the description down below. Go try it out regardless. I do have 3 recommendations though. One, for just for completing this game, and for the reward of finding all of these red rings, I think it'll be best if they if y'all add in both Supersonic and yes, Super Shadow. I can't see a reason why y'all shouldn't, considering that it is a grind, an interesting grind, but grind nonetheless for the red rings. Might as well give us a really good reward for it. Now whether that is through getting all the red rings or getting all S ranks, and if it is all S ranks, please do not include bosses. Just please, for the love of God, do not include the bosses. Only keep it exclusive for stages. But yeah, the second thing is specifically for the Citadel Lotus. There's only one area in the when you have to go underwater to get air. Either please add a second spot to get some air for Sonic or Shadow, whoever you're playing, or increase the O2 meter to make it last longer, whether that's an extra 2 seconds or 3 seconds. I think it just goes a bit too fast, personally, because you really got to race the clock on that. And then the last thing is with Shadow specifically. I talked about it earlier, but again, please fix this issue, and I'm hoping it's an issue, and where when you do the Chaos Blast, the capsule just gets destroyed and you don't get the boost that you would have gotten from that capsule. Basically, if you do a Chaos Blast and you do that, it won't refill your gauge, so then you can't do any more Chaos abilities, even though there was like a capsule near you. I don't know if that was meant to be on purpose, but please just fix that, please. Also, if you're someone that has played this game and you have some interesting recommendations that you think could help out this game, I will like it. I will also put it in the description so that the developers can definitely check it out. So if you're a developer that is going to be checking out this video time to time, or if you're a developer, definitely check this video out time to time. If people do bring up good recommendations to help out this game. I'm sorry if you hear that car racing in the background. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Anyway, that's it. I'm not editing any of this. You're just gonna have to live with the pauses in this review. I'm sorry. I've been recording for like over 7 hours, so, or attempting to, so yeah, I'm going to just edit this and then just be done. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think about the game, any recommendations, and I'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care, peace, stay safe.